What's going on YouTube, man? We're going back to another video, man. Except for time, man. We're going to be doing this Warriors rebuild and saying my thoughts and opinion on the team since the trade deadline. I know it's been about 2 weeks now since the deadline happened. I wanted to see a couple games with the Warriors before I made this video. See what the team looked like with Jimmy Butler, things of that nature. The Warriors are currently 4-1 with Jimmy Butler on the roster. So I made this list of things that I think that they should do going into next season. Because obviously you can't do no more trades. You feel me? What the roster is pretty much set unless you pick up somebody up in free agency. But on the top of my head, I don't really know who's in free agency that would be even good to go get. That's going to be an asset that can go come in and start playing right now. So, even though the Warriors are 4-1, I do think they're still a big away from winning a title and making a deep run. I do think that they can fuck around and go to the conference finals because you're the star power of Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. And we've seen what Jimmy Butler been doing to the East the last, 4 years? And taking that weak-ass Heat team to the fucking finals 2 out of the 4 years in the last 4 years. So anything is possible when you bring up Jimmy Butler's playoff moments, with Curry playoff moments, with Draymond's intensity and physicality, with Buddy Hield's shooting that's not consistent, but you feel me, like anything's possible if that team's working at its best qualities. Now, I do think they need to go get a scoring guard for the bench. I do think they need some scoring to come off that bench. That's how I feel personally. Let me know how I feel about that in the comment section down below. Because it really depends on how they're going to use Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody too. Like, that's the one thing I don't like about the Warriors. Like, I feel like their lineups aren't as consistent as they should be. Like, 1 minute Moses Moody is playing, next minute Moses Moody is getting a DNP. So it's like, I just want to see a consistent lineup. I think they should run 8 players max, maybe 9. It all depends. And I'm also saying a scoring guard off the bench because in my head, I'm thinking you either got to get rid of Moses Moody or Kuminga to get a big. And the big that I do want them to get, that they were supposed to do, but they're supposed to get, but they stayed away from it because they got Jimmy Butler, was get Vooch. I think Vooch will be an excellent piece to add to this roster with Jimmy Butler and to come off and play the 5 with Draymond in the starting lineup. Because realistically, I think Draymond's been playing the 5 anyways. Put Draymond at the 5, put Vooch at the 4. Vooch gets to stretch the floor, get another pick and roll asset that can shoot better than Draymond. So you add that pick and pop with Steph and Vooch. So now you got to guard Vooch at 3-point line and Curry. Obviously, they're going to leave Vooch open a lot because who the fuck is leaving Curry open? Which will get Jimmy Butler more active in that mid-range. They're going to be doubling Curry when he drives. You get some catch and shoots to Buddy Hield because, you feel me, quarterman or wingman usually helps off when Curry drives off the pick and roll because they're trying to trap him before he gets into the lane because he can finish. And before he has room to make a playmaking pass, to ditch off, to block, corner, wing, etc. So they usually got like 2-3 guards guarding Curry at all times when he has the ball in his hands and when he doesn't. So I think getting another scoring big can help this team out a lot. Buddy Hield played decent defense. Jimmy Butler plays great defense. Draymond plays great defense. So between the lineup of Curry and Vooch defensively, I don't think that it will be that bad. Excuse me, I don't think it will be that bad. And Curry's defense actually got better over the years. So Curry isn't that much of a liability on offense, on defense no more. But he also isn't the greatest defensive player. I do think for the bench that at some point they need to go get an athletic rebounding center. Kevin Looney has been doing an awesome job, but it gets to the point where you can't play Kevin Looney just because he can't guard. He's not fast enough to keep up with some of the centers. So I do think you gotta go get a big guard that can play defense and get rebounds. And the initial guy that comes to my head off rip is Andre Drummond. And with that, you even get another lob threat. So you're getting, we seen what Andre Drummond done with the Bulls when he gets minutes. I don't know where the fuck he's at currently. I think he's with the Sixers. I don't know how well he's doing, but it's Andre Drummond. He's probably getting fucking 10 rebounds a game still. So, and then we seen him, bro. The Bulls is a perfect example of what Andre Drummond could do if he gets minutes. When the Bulls gave Andre Drummond minutes, he did amazing. He was getting steals, he was getting blocks, getting rebounds. He was scoring off pick and rolls and lobs and post work. I think that would be an excellent offensive and defensive player for the Warriors. Even though they like guys that can shoot a lot, I do think this gives them another aspect of, on the offensive side, gives them the aspect of scoring. And defensively, I think that helps them a lot if, you know, Draymond gets thrown out the game. Draymond gets a tag. Draymond's in foul trouble. You can have that guy just come in there and bring interior defense, get offensive rebounds, and things of that nature. Now, if you pair that up with Vooch and already quitting posts, that big man position will be fucking elite because you have everything at this point. You got defense, you got shooting, you got pick and pop, you got interior defense, you got perimeter defense. Drummond's perimeter defense is really slept on, I'm not gonna lie. So I really think that doing that can be a big asset for the Warriors. Then the next thing I would say is you gotta decide, even if you don't do the Vooch trade, you gotta decide what you're doing with Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga. That's how I feel personally. You gotta decide what you're gonna do with those guys. Keeping them guys off the floor and not giving them specific minutes is, me personally, if I was the Warriors, if right when I signed that Jimmy Butler trade, I got Jimmy Butler on my roster, I would have traded Jonathan Kuminga. Me personally. Because now Jonathan Kuminga wants a max contract, which I don't think he deserves that yet. I think you sign him for like a 3-year deal, and on his second year, give him the option to get a contract extension where he can get a max deal. Because like now with Jimmy Butler, obviously Jimmy Butler, Curry, Draymond, and Steve Kerr all on the same contract extension now. So my question is, are you willing to pay a guy a max contract just to secure your future 2 years from now, but he's gonna be coming off the bench? Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all for Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know what Moses Moody contract situation is. I think he might be up for a contract extension next season. Don't quote me on that. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm not 1,000% sure. I probably should have checked that out before I did the video. But like, there's a chance now that Jonathan Kuminga can walk away from the team and sign somewhere else if he doesn't receive that max contract. And honestly, if I'm any other NBA team, I don't know if I'm getting Jonathan Kuminga a max contract anyways, to be honest with you. That's how I personally feel, but obviously I'm not an NBA GM. And NBA GM's been doing some nut-ass shit. So, I don't know. But maybe they do a sign and trade. Because I honestly think the Bulls do need to get rid of Vooch, like, ASAP. Like, don't put him through that with that young team. And yeah, I don't even know. Being a Chicago Bulls fan is kind of hard right now. But last thing I say they need to add is another 3-and-D type player for the bench that can come and play. I think having one more 3-and-D player, even if he's not playing all the time, just in case somebody gets injured, somebody just can come in there and bring instant offense and play great defense. De'Anthony Melton, I think that's his name. I know it's D something Melton that we had on the Warriors and he tore his ACL that we traded him away. He was supposed to fill that role of being able to shoot the ball and play great defense, but Said like I said, he tore his ACL, and the Warriors shipped him away and got something in return. I can't remember what the fuck they got in return, but they got something in return. They did it during the trade deadline, or like a little before the trade deadline. But yeah, I really do think if the Warriors go get Vooch, you go get Drummond, you get a scoring guard off the bench, and keep either Jonathan Kuminga or Moody. And keep Gary Payton. You have to, Gary Payton's up for a contract, like a contract. I don't think he's even up for extension. I think he's honestly just a free agent. If I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm signing back Gary Payton. That's like a must. He's one of the best fucking all-around players that does literally everything for that team. That's like one of the glue guys for that team. You've seen how the way they played when they lost him that 1 year. And I think if they all try and go for a title run, you bring back Gary Payton. So you got Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, Kuminga, Post, Drummond, Vooch, Gary Payton, Porzingis, whatever the fuck his name is. Honestly, if I'm Golden State, get Porzingis, whatever the fuck his name is, get his ass out of there. With either Kuminga, Moody, and a first-round pick, and get Vooch. That's me personally. That's how I feel about that. And Kevin Looney's also due for a contract this coming free agency. So Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Payton, and Kevin Looney needs a new contract. So that's something to look out for. There's a chance that there's some moving pieces that come around in the Suns. Obviously, if they don't make the playoffs, they get eliminated and play in. They're moving somebody. Bradley Beal's probably most likely out of there. Maybe they might move D-Book, KD. Maybe they blew up the whole team and start from rebuilding. You can most definitely get some assets back from getting rid of all three of those guys. So I don't know. Maybe KD goes. Maybe the Warriors pursue KD this offseason, because KD did say he didn't want to go back to the Warriors, not because of dealing with all the other bullshit that came with it. It was because he didn't want to get traded. He didn't want to move anywhere in the middle of the season, and he didn't want to leave the Phoenix Suns organization. But obviously, once the summertime hits, it's a different situation depending on how they do for the rest of the year. I honestly think they're not getting past the 10th seed. Then they're gonna be a play-in team, and they'll lose probably first round. So yeah, that's my thoughts on how the Warriors can get a championship coming into the next season. Wouldn't be surprised if they win this year, to be honest with you, because the Golden State Warriors, they have fucking Steph Curry. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I also do have a Kings, what you can call it, like a little rebuild, whatever you want to call it. I think they want a title video coming real soon, right after this one. It might be the next week, or I might drop it. Haven't figured out my schedule yet for this channel, but stay tuned for that. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.